Beats Planet.
I'll tell you what, I got some new hang tight to stream on the way music. I like it. I like it. Hey man, what's cracking like? This is Voch Lombardi. Back like the bra straps. The Peaskies implied. You know the first part. Vegan Voch. What's good, folks? About to get into a little bit of draft talk. If y'all want to talk a little bit with me, this thing is gonna be very chat box heavy. I'm gonna lean on y'all a little bit after I get my thoughts out, cause I will indeed get my thoughts out. And once I get those thoughts out, I'll open this thing up for the people. I'll open this thing up for y'all to come in and say what you like and talk your talks and all that. But we had Senior Bowl this week. We had the daggum Senior Bowl, and there were various narratives walking into the Senior Bowl, various guys to look for walking into the Senior Bowl. I know me in particular, because there's this notion that I go by that they're giving offensive linemen away by the bulk, by a handful of teams. Oklahoma's giving away 3 offensive linemen this year in the draft. Let me make sure my chat box pulled up so I see what y'all talking about. Oklahoma's giving up offensive linemen by the bulk. Ohio State's giving up offensive linemen. Alabama and Wisconsin. Those teams are giving up offensive linemen by the threes. And it was a lot of guys here at the Senior Bowl. So I feel like, okay, cool. This a cool little talking point. It's a good little evaluation tool. And boy, did the Wisconsin kids let me down. Damn. Man, I was hurt by the Wisconsin kids and how they let me down. Boy, I walked into it like, hey, man, you see that guy right there? Ross Pierschenbacher with the white last name? Oh, Pierschenbacher about to smoke, y'all. Pierschenbacher was cool. Cool. And I was like, wait a goddamn, whoa, not you say. There's my man Michael Dieter. All right. Played 10-plus games at center, tackle, and guard. Michael Dieter let me down. I say, whoa, wait a minute. There's my man Bo Benchwall, the center from Alabama. Wait a minute. I know he about to... And he let me down as well. I walked away actually impressed. I got my pen ready. I walked away impressed with the cats I've never heard of before. I made a new player, my son, Chris Lindstrom from Boston College, the right guard. Whooped a lot of ass at the Senior Bowl. He lost some matches to my other son, some other D lineman that went hard. But man, was I impressed with Chris Lindstrom from Boston College. And I was talking to Coach Evans the other night, and he made me kind of think about this point too in my Gerald Willis video. If y'all go watch my Gerald Willis film session from Miami, defensive tackle, he whooped a lot of ass he beat the hell out of LSU. Just all the film sessions I showed him whooping a little ass, But he had this one bad game versus Boston College. I was like, why the hell is this Gerald Willis getting blocked by Boston College? Like, just blocking it. And I didn't know Chris Lindstrom at the time. He wasn't my son then. But Coach Evans brought it to my attention. He went back and said, you know what I'm saying? Chris Lindstrom he was right there. And I was like, God damn, Carl Lewis. And I went back and did my research. Chris Lindstrom is the only cat that effectively put hands on Gerald Willis all year. Because Gerald Willis been whooping people's ass all year. But Chris Lindstrom is the only one that effectively blocked him. Then he showed up and had a pretty good Senior Bowl practice. Can't wait to see him in the game tomorrow. So big shouts to Chris Lindstrom. I was especially proud of him. Dalton Reisner from K-State. Kansas State, I was impressed with him. Max Sharping, Northern Illinois, I was impressed with him. Those were the offensive linemen that I was really that I really kept my eyes on the whole time. Elgin Jenkins from Mississippi State, the center, played a little bit of guard. They flexed him out of tackle a time or two. I was impressed with him. One more guy too. What's my man's name? Drew Samia let me down. Ben Powers was inconsistent. My guy, Andre Dillard. Andre Dillard got his ass whooped one time real good, and that was versus Montez Sweat. And how Andre Dillard is as a player, you watch film on Dillard. He's I wouldn't call him a body blocker, but he likes to let guys get in close. And I ain't necessarily mad at him because some guys are better from that angle because they're more bent and compact in that way. Some guys are good at playing longer. Some guys play better tight. Andre Dillard is a better guy playing tight. The problem is playing tight is when Montez Sweat, 6'8" John Jones arm looking ass walks up against you, and he little bruhs you. You know how your big brother puts his hands on your forehead and you can't move. That's what Montez Sweat was able to do against Dillard. And I was like, they don't call little brother you like that. Put your hand. He kind of put hands on Dillard, and Dillard kind of whipped everybody else, as far as the run situations, the combo sets, the team periods and all that. That was fine. He even had some good one-on-one and pass pro. But Montez was really the only one that actually put hands on him. Andre Dillard, he's probably going to get a lot of first round consideration. The league needs tackles. You know what I mean? Plenty of them. And I think Andre Dillard is going to be a smooth little late team consolation prize. You remember when Laramie Tunsil was the bee's knees, but Ronnie Stanley was like right behind him, but he wasn't as good as Laramie, but he was a good later first round consolation prize. I think that's what we're looking at with Andre Dillard because it's not a lot of great offensive linemen in this class. I mean, to be fair, Jonah might be the first one. That's just where we at this year. Jonah might be the first one, but Andre is a cool little consolation prize. Everybody else, it was kind of standard, man. But it was a big highlight tape for the D-line guys, man. Big highlight tape for the D-line. I'll start with the South team, man. We'll just work it outside in. I got a new son, man. Oh, I got a new son. Last year, matter of fact, let me pop my chat box out so I can know what y'all talking about. Last year, the Red Helmet Gangsters, North Carolina State, Justin Jones and B.J. Hill, they came in and they started whooping people by the duo. Both teams had a pretty dynamic duo this year. Texas A&M had Kingsley QT and Dalen Mack, the edge guy, and the nose or whatever, right? So those two pretty much whooped a lot of ass. And as far as TCU goes, my son, LJ Collier and Ben Benogu, they're on separate teams or whatever, but they still whooped ass respectively. I walked into this thing looking for guys like Jalen Ferguson. He disappeared. I was looking for Zach Allen. Zach Allen definitely disappeared. O'Shane Zimenez from I was about to say Old Dominion, but from Obscure State University. O'Shane Zimenez, he really didn't pop out on film neither. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't really gonna say it was a talent thing because O'Shane pretty much went against the same guys that Jalen and Montez went against. Because they're South guys, so it's no real excuse there. But those are guys that just kind of disappeared though. But man, the Dalen Mack, people were bombarding me about Dalen Mack, man, and it's mostly my Cowboy community. They want all the damn Texas people, whether it be Charlie O, Charles Amenahu from Texas, or Dalen Mack from TAMU or Kingsley QT or whatever. They're real in tune with these Texas guys, so they was bombarding me with them. I was gonna watch them anyway because they was whooping everybody's ass. They just lined up whooping everybody ass. Other guys like Jonathan Ledbetter from Georgia earn my respect. I was talking crazy about the Oregon kid Jalen Jelks, but he had some pretty good reps at practice, you know. So I'm thinking at the Senior Bowl tomorrow, I'm hoping for like a big defensive struggle. I hope these D linemen just chase the hell out these quarterbacks. Because there's 8 quarterbacks that we know them. They're pretty famed in there. It's not a lot of under the radar quarterbacks this year. You know what I'm saying? Like we know all of them personally. So when we see one of these guys that we didn't know coming in, like Ben Benogu or LJ Collier, when we're watching for Drew Lock, but LJ Collier or whoever the hell, whatever team, whatever, when they tackle him, we're gonna go, oh, who is this kid from Georgia? Who is this kid from Oregon? Who is this kid from Wyoming? Carl Granderson or whatever. We're gonna watch that and be like, oh. Then we're gonna do the research or whatnot. The fat kid showed up, Dontavius Russell from Auburn, Isaiah Buggs, the 5th Alabama kid that can play. I'm glad he came out because with the Quentin Williams hype, you know, Raekwon Davis went back to school or whatever, but Isaiah Buggs wanted to prove he can do it on his own. I think he made a good bit of bread here at the Senior Bowl. DeMarcus Christmas from Florida State, he won some reps. I could talk about these D-line guys all day because I feel like all of them won. And my O-line guys were getting their ass whooped. I'm O-line guy. I just know D-line really well because I played O-line, because I'm O-line guy. And all my O-linemen just getting destroyed. Getting destroyed. Hurt my poor little heart, man. Cole Trey, I mean, not Cole, the kid from Elon. And the only reason I remember him because I thought his name was Elon, but he was from the college Elon. I kept watching, like, why is he here? Why is he here? If you watch my film session, right? What's my man, the big fluffy kid? Hold on, let me go to my list. Hold on, I was trying to do this without the list, trying to get my brain together. I got B.J. Archer, the big heavy kid from Jacksonville State, getting his ass whooped. Drew Samia Ben Pop, getting their ass whooped. The kid from Ole Miss, Javon Pop. Boy, damn! Is it a great class for D-line? Cause like the best of the best of the best of the best, sir, they're coming out as underclassmen, as juniors or whatever. But when you look at the senior kids, they gangsters too. It's probably gonna be 5th round. You can probably get you a pretty solid defensive tackle. You know, some might go undrafted. Poona Ford last year played a damn playoff game in Seattle versus the Cowboys. Made it work. Undrafted because he's short. What you want me to say? What you want me to say, you know? But we'll see. We'll see. But it's absolutely the most wonderful time of year for me. I get to watch these kids, O-line, D-line. I get to break them down. I get to learn. You know. And if you haven't watched my videos, please go and treat yourself to some O-line versus D-line analysis. As far as the wide receivers and DBs, who are a lot less interesting to me, I watched them. don't get me wrong. Like, I watched them, but they're just not as interesting as O-line, D-line. So I ain't really do a whole gang of videos on them, but I did watch them. Penny Hart from Georgia State. I feel like he created plenty looks for himself, you know. I think people are looking for the next sub 6 foot small school phenom that can play running back, slot receiver, kick return, punt return. You know what I mean? Tariq Cohen, Tyreek Hill type of guy. Penny Hart from Georgia State made himself a gang of bread. I mean, salute to the Sun Belt. I mean, obscure state and all that. But Penny was fast. Penny was quick. Penny ran his routes well. Hands. Hopefully he gets to go to the combine. We'll get to watch him do combine stuff. He gets to catch on the run, do gauntlet stuff. You know, that'll be pretty fun to watch from Penny Hart with that little ass catch radius. You know what I mean? But he ran past everybody. He got open. You know what I mean? So it'll be interesting to see what he does in game format. That's what I like about the Senior Bowl. I wish that it was like the Junior versus Senior Bowls. We can watch more of these fights. You know what I mean? But I think some later round guys will really benefit from it. But Penny Hart definitely came in and showed his ass. Jalen Smith from Louisville, as if the league needed another damn Jalen. But Jalen Smith from Louisville came in and did well. I was looking at him. Terry McLaurin made a lot of fans. Terry McLaurin from Ohio State just running past people, just running past people, you know. Effectively broke open. You know, some guys hit him with the press. He was able to get off press and run past people. If you play it off of him, cool. He closed the distance quick as hell. Then he ran past you. You know what I'm saying? Caught everything you threw to him. You know, Terry McLaurin really made a lot of fans. Andy Isabella was one of the guys that we had eyes on from UMass University at Massachusetts. I got to do that when I say Massachusetts, because if not, I'll just call it Massachusetts. But Andy Isabella had a weird little day one for me, but a better day 2 and 3. I could see the type of player that Andy Isabella is. You know, he got speed and he's a nuanced route runner. He just happened to be 5'10". I got a lot of respect for nuanced route runners, and I can tell. I could tell by how he'll set up some of his hand fakes, you know, how he'll give a little head nod, you know, how he'll work his feet. He works his angles well, you know. He understands leveraging out of his breaks and all. I get it. He gets it. That's what I like about senior football players. They just understand the game a little better. However, my deal with Andy Isabella day one could be a nerve thing, could be something he could just be coached out of, but he was damn faking people that weren't there. You know, if you walked up and jammed him, he'll give a little and you'll get off of him, but he'll hit you with an additional ooh. You know what I'm saying? Then he'll get free and you'll catch up to him because he hit you with an additional ooh. You know? Or, which made me even more sick, 10-yard cushion, because Andy's fast. So they giving you a 10-yard cushion and you got a out, a little 5-yard out. Run the damn out. You ain't got to go, ooh, head fake, run the out. He gave you 10 damn yards. Run the out. And some of these scrubs in my comment section talking about, yo, Voch, you ain't got to do him like that now, Voch. I like the head fakes. It means he's a good route runner. Sure, there's a time and a place for head fakes, and it ain't when somebody's 10 yards off of you. Get to your goddamn landmark and catch the ball. That's my only criticism of Andy Isabella's day one. Day 2, he got better. Day 3, he was just fine. Day 3, he was just fine. So I'm not really I'm not too angry at him. I'm not angry at him, but I'm more so mad at the people on my damn comment section that came to his defense. What the hell wrong with y'all? Get the hell out of here. David Seals from West Virginia had a pretty good day. Debo Samuel as well. Gary Jennings from West Virginia. Steven Benzik. Yo, what's up, Steven Benzik? Who's your favorite offensive lineman and defensive line from the bowl? I got 2 kids, Steven Benzik, and they're both on the North team, I believe. Chris Lindstrom, the right guard from Boston College, and LJ Collier. The defensive end might be a little bit of 3-tech. He'll probably be like a 4-eye type of guy in a 3-4 joint. LJ Collier from TCU. I enjoy both those kids. Salute to you, Steven Benzik. Thanks for the super chat there. Back to receivers though. 2 more guys we got to talk about. Debo Samuel. I think Debo Samuel made a little bit of bread, man. You know, we see him getting open with his routes. I thought, you know, him being such a, you know, kind of a smaller guy, he was gonna get pushed around a little bit. But Debo is a Debo. Like he's a swole little dude. He's a compact. He's about 210, you know what I'm saying? He's just 6 foot. You know what I mean? He just looks a little small. But Debo can run. Like I saw Debo run past some folks. Debo had some pretty good fights. Guys like Rocky Sin, he had some pretty good fights against them. Pretty good hands, man. So I'm impressed with Debo. I want to see what he does in the game. Can't wait to see his combine. We legit got to have a conversation about Hunter Renfrow, though. I think the draft community gotta come together with a big collective question mark and be like, "Hey, fam, I don't think we know," and that's fine. I know a lot of people. Joseph Sandberg, is Debo a Z or a Y? Well, he's not a Y because he'll be a tight end if he was a Y. He'll be more of a Z. Yeah, put him on the line of scrimmage. Sure. Put him on the line of scrimmage. Play old flanker. Hunter Renfrow, we got to have a conversation about him. I think the draft community gotta come together and not hold each other accountable. Something that the draft community got to do. Something they got to do. We always want to hold. Oh, you were wrong about this guy. You were right about this guy. I think we have no idea what Hunter Renfrow can be. And I know it's going to be a lot of fans of him. It's going to be a lot of Clemson fans that's going to hit you with the, boy, I knew Hunter was going to be we don't know nothing. We don't know nothing. But what I think about Hunter, though, what I just think about him, I think he's such a non-athlete that he works so hard on the details. That's what's going to save him. He's not going to get drafted. Let's just go ahead and put that out there. He's not going to get drafted. You get drafted based on traits. Hunter really ain't got traits. However, his ass know how to get open. He knows how to break free. He don't even really create separation like that because he's not fast. he's not fast. He's not quick. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when he separates, you got this fast to get the ball on him. So it really matters what team he goes to. It matters what quarterback, what OC he goes to. He wouldn't be good with like Deshaun Watson. He wouldn't be good with Dak Prescott. You know what I mean? But if you put the ball on Hunter Renfrow right when he breaks, he's going to catch it. Because he's going to create a little bit of separation when he breaks. And the ball better be there. If not, he ain't going to be open. He ain't going to run no damn 9 routes. He ain't going to run past nobody. He's not going to be a big play guy. Interestingly enough, Hunter played tight end. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why he's listed as receiver now. Maybe because he's a bit smaller, I guess. But I remember in the Clemson, in the first Clemson Alabama joint, when he was playing with Watson. It's interesting how I just said he can't play with Deshaun Watson, but he play with Deshaun Watson. That's funny. The game different though. Not in the league. The window's smaller in the league. But Hunter played tight end. And he's a very much third down guy, security catch guy, goal line guy. I'll take him there because he'll get open for a little bit and he'll make a catch in a small area. I'll give him that. He ain't special. He's not special. He's not gifted, but damn it, what they say about the wide receivers? He's deceptive, gritty, high IQ, and hard worker. And what they say about the stereotype? It works. It works. So we're gonna have a conversation about him, but I think it's only a handful of teams he can go to. Hell, they'll love him in Kansas City. Boy, Andy Reid will find a way to get him open in Kansas City. Oh, they'll find a way to get him open. Brady almost out the paint. He'll be perfect in like Green Bay or something. Breeze old. He's about to be up out the paint. So like who's the young the young, he'll be fine in like Indy, Atlanta or something like that. I think he'll be fine in like Kansas City or something like that. But if you like Carolina, no. Not Carolina. He won't go to. He can't play with. He can't play in like Tennessee or nothing. He can't pull that off. But Hunter Renfrow is going to be interesting to see what happens here. If he's smart, if he goes undrafted and he picks wherever he goes, he needs to be very aware of where he goes and what quarterback and offense he's going to or whatever. But Interesting conversation about Hunter. Edgar says, Voch, what you think about Ed Oliver moving the edge? No, he doesn't have any edge traits at all. At all. Just because you run faster than most three techs, don't mean you could just go play edge. Rashawn Gary would be a better edge than Ed Oliver would, and I don't even consider Rashawn Gary. Um, I don't even consider Rashawn Gary an edge player. How you feel about the TCU boys? I've said TCU guys 3 times. I need you. I need you to hit that rewind button, fam. Oh, please hit that rewind button. Um, or somebody in the chat box. Somebody in the chat box. tell them what I said about those guys. So we talked about the edges, offensive line, defensive line, wide receivers. I'm gonna save the quarterbacks till after the Senior Bowl game. You know what I mean? I'm gonna wait till afterwards because that's when I'll really get a good evaluation of them. But, I ain't really get linebackers. I ain't really seen from linebackers. The run periods or whatever. I ain't really focus on those guys. We can talk safeties though. Nazir Adley can play. Nazir Adley can play. He picked off Drew Lock one time. But DBs are kind of at a disadvantage. One-on-one coverage. Sometimes they're in the middle of the field somewhere. The drill wise, it's not really fit for these DBs, so to speak. But you add a pass rush, you add other DBs, you add quarterback or whatever. Now you can properly evaluate some DBs. But guys like Nazir Alley, like I said, picked off Drew Lock, pretty good coverage day. I feel like the bigger tight ends kind of bully them a little bit. I don't know, that's something to look at when we look back on this thing. We'll cross that road when we get there. The kid from Utah, Blair, I believe, the big kid, the 6'2" kid that can run. Let me pull my list up so I can see his name. Marquise Blair from Utah, 6'2", 210. It's hard to find if you find a tall safety, they don't move very well. Marquise Blair is pretty tall and he can move pretty well. So if you're looking at a 6'2" safety, shit, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be interesting. The Penn State kid, Amani Oruwariye. Amani Oru. Played well. Chris Boyd from Texas played well. Sheldon Redwine from Miami did fine. Guys like that. Rocky Sin is the guy you really want to look for tomorrow. See who he's lining up against. See how he is in a game setting. You know what I mean? From Temple, Rocky Sin. See how he plays in a full game 11-on-11 setting. That's really what I'm interested. I don't really have a full blown opinion about these DBs till I see them in game settings because that's their advantage. That's when they're the best, when they're in a full game situation, when they can disguise coverages, pass rush takes a toll. When they double teaming guys, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the best time to look at DBs. But pretty good Senior Bowl practices, man. It was fun. It was fun to watch. I was impressed with a lot of guys. It was fun evaluating my offensive and defensive line guys. If y'all haven't watched that film, that is on my channel. Y'all can go see that. People been dubbing me as an O-line guru. Stop it. Cut it out. I ain't trying to hear it. You know what I'm saying? But it was fun, though. It was fun. So, listen. Let me hop into... Let me see how much time I got left. Or how long I've been doing this. 30 minutes. Cool. Let's do about a good 20 minutes of chat box. And then we're going to get up out of here. I got stuff to do. Woo, woo, woo. Let me pull this up. Let's see who's up in here. Opinion on David Seals. He runs past people. Do you think Sweat can play on a 3-4 as outside linebacker? He should. You taking calls today? Nope. Charles Omenihu is a starter in your book? Nope. You talking about Charlie O from Texas? Pretty good player. I think he can. I think he can give you value as a pass rusher right now. Charles Omenihu, and not even like as a starting pass rusher. I think he'll be a rotational pass rusher, but I think he can play though. He's pretty good. Voch, will there be a Greg Little video? We'll see. Who you think is the best running back in the class? What's my man's name from Florida Atlantic? Baby Shady McCoy. That video will be dropping soon. Voch, wonder what you think about Hunter in Chicago. Steven Messi. I don't know. I would have to evaluate Mitch a little more to know how Hunter would do in Chicago, but I'm not sure. I don't know. That's interesting, though. That's interesting because I do consider Mitch like an up-and-coming, on his way guy. I do very much consider that, consider him one of those guys, but nah. I think he'll be much better with those accuracy gangsters, you know, with the Rodgers, with the Breezes, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily these Cam Newton types, but I don't know. Mitch could fit in that. He could fit in that scenario. Mm-hmm. Voch, any players the Cowboys could watch? I'll say this though, and I thought about this. Cowboys at 58. It's more second round depth type players than there are first round talents. You know, don't hold me to this yet. But last year it was like 16 first round talents, maybe like 17 in my opinion. This year it's like 8 or 9. And only 3 of those guys are elite to me. I think Quinn is elite, Nick's elite. I think Josh is elite. I think it's about 7 other guys that are first round guys, maybe 10 people, sure. 7 other guys that are first round. Everybody else kind of just stuck in a bunch. So I think from pick 13 to pick 25 will be a toss-up. But pick 26 to about 70-something, I think that's going to be a toss-up as well. You know? So with the Cowboys drafting at 58, sure, we're out of the top 50. But, man, there's going to be some guys there in the second, third, and fourth round for the Cowboys. And you'll notice if you just do the research, you know. If you do like all these Senior Bowl guys, it's way more juniors than it is seniors. And a lot of these Senior Bowl guys, we looking at them now because they're great amongst their peers, but these Senior Bowl guys are 4th, 5th round guys, some 6th. So the guys that we really like Dalen Mack ain't a first round pick or a second. Hell, you look at Mel Kiper's mock draft, Noah Fant ain't even make the first round. Noah Fant, I think he's talented. Guys, Todd McShay had LJ Collier like his 105th best player. I like LJ Collier. You know? So it's a lot of guys in this draft. There's plenty complimentary guys. I think it's more second round talents than anything. Even bleeding into the third round, they're going to be second round talents to pick up. So I'll hang tight. You know, there's a lot of guys. You don't see, and that's the thing. Let me grab my. Jack says he'll take Lindstrom in the second. This is why I think you won't. This is why I think you will not take Lindstrom in the second. Cause we talking about Lindstrom. We ain't talk about Jonah Williams, Kajus, Little, Juwan Taylor, David Edwards, Cody Ford, Connor McGovern. You know what I'm saying? Like these other guys that are pushing guys down the board. I like Chris Lindstrom. I think he'll be there in the third. Maybe not for Dallas in the third. We'll see. But I think Chris Lindstrom is going to be like a mid-third round guy. It's a lot of guys that wasn't even at the Senior Bowl, bro. People talking about, let me go to my DT list. Hold on. People talking about, Dalen Mack. Let's go get him in the second or the third. Quinnen, Ed, Rashawn, Jeffrey Simmons, Draymond Jones, Dexter Lawrence, Tillery, Christian Wilkins, Gerald Willis, Isaiah Buck. It's plenty guys. Thousands of them. You know? You can find a good guy later. That's what's going to be interesting about this draft, and that's really pushing me to do my homework, that there's a lot of guys that can play. And just want to be aware. Greg Little is a Colton Miller clone. I feel sorry for the teammates that draft him. I don't know, man. I felt pretty bad about Colton Miller, bro. I felt pretty bad about Colton Miller, bro. Stay hydrated, y'all. Stay hydrated. Also, would everybody do me a favor? While y'all in the chat box, my wife in the chat box, just clap it up for Nene one time in the chat box. Just send some clap emojis for Nene in the chat box. She's doing such a great job in the chat box. Just clap it up for her. Send some clap emojis for my wife in the chat box. Anyway, questions. What else y'all got? A2, you just answering all the questions, aren't you? Will there be a Devin White video? Yeah. He's a beast. Imagine Deion Jones on steroids. Well, steroids aren't good. Steroids aren't good at all. Will Grill was disappointing. We'll see. What do you think the Vikings will draft? Well, according to my brother Sadie Fresh, who's a Vikings fan, apparently y'all looking at all offensive line possibilities. All of it. And it'll be even better if y'all draft a guy that can play all the spots. And there's plenty of guys this year that can play all the spots. So I think the Vikings will be going offensive line, and which they should. I think the Vikings should go offensive line. I think the Cowboys should go offensive line. The damn Seahawks been acting like they don't have offensive line problem. They just go through all the drafts, just all the goddamn. No, we don't have an offensive line problem. No, we're good. It's a little better when Russell runs around for his life. The adrenaline helps him throw better. Like, no. Deshaun Watson been running for his life. Come on. Draft these offensive linemen, get up out of here. What do you think about this draft class? It's a pretty good draft class. Not a lot of stars, but it's a pretty good draft class. So for the draft Illuminati, for the mainstream people, for the casual draft fan, it's not that exciting, though, because there's not a lot of big names in it. But for the draft heads, it's a cold-ass draft. Steven Benzik dropped the deuce for Voch's wife. There you go, Nene. Primetime, don't say hey to Nene. Just don't do that. Just don't say hey to Nene. Matthew says, what round does Isabella go? 6th, maybe? 5th, maybe? I don't know for sure. That's a very Cleo Lombardi question, but does he get drafted? I don't know. Voch, what do you think Greg Gaines can play? Greg Gaines will play. Greg Gaines from Washington? Kid from Washington? Greg is a nose. Yeah, Greg ain't on 3-tech. Greg is a nose. 0, 1, Malia Reynolds. Let's talk offensive line. We've been talking offensive line the whole day. What you want to know? That's what we've been doing. Hit that rewind button. Is there a player you're willing to give up a future and current pick if they fall? Nah, I don't really want to trade up in this draft, man. Because unless you the first 3 picks, unless you getting one of them gangsters, I'm not moving. Voch, will you trade the crib for Quentin Williams? Yes. Will you trade it for Nick Bosa? Yes. For Josh Allen? I love Nick and Quentin. I love Nick and Quentin. I kind of really like Josh Allen. Everybody else, I ain't trading no for. I'm not trading up for it. Because think about this, like whatever pick you want, there's going to be a guy in the next round that does just as well. So if you miss out on Christian Wilkins in the first, Gerald Willis will be there in the second, you know. You miss on Jonah Williams, Titus Howard will be later somewhere, you know. What's another example? You miss out on Hollywood Brown. We got to talk about Hollywood Brown. Chat box, let me ask you this question. And I don't want y'all to answer the question, so to speak. I just want y'all to hear my question, think about it, then tell me if I'm bugging. Then after that, we'll answer the question. Is there a big difference between Hollywood Brown and D.D. Westbrook? Attitude aside, gun under the seat guy aside, potential cuss and fight your coach aside, what's the difference between Hollywood Brown and D.D. Westbrook? Don't even answer the question. Just let me know, am I tripping for asking that? Then once I get those answers, we'll answer that. We'll answer that. Are there any underrated cornerbacks you like? It's kind of early. We'll see. We'll see. Brown is a beast. People only see the speed, but check his right running hands. I mean, did he? Did he? It's a lot of good D-line depth this year. Thousands. Yeah, and like, don't even get that. Like, D.D. Westbrook is a gangster as well. Like, don't get that tripping. D.D. Westbrook will just punch your coach in the mouth, you know? That's the only difference there. You know, a lot of people were kind of checking D.D. because of his attitude. Like, D.D. ain't no scrub neither. Let's not act like that. Hell, like, if you a draft guy, you remember evaluating D.D. Westbrook and going, man, if you just didn't punch your coach in the mouth, you'll be, you know? Come on. Some people saying no, some people saying yes. So look, if you said yes, I'm tripping, tell me why I'm tripping. That's all I want to know. This is just some discussion here. I just want to know. And next time we'll open up the phones or something. We'll just go into it a little deeper. I like to ask questions like this. I like to poke brains and provoke a little thought here. Hey, my bro said he fresh up here. What's up, man? All I want is Dalton Reisner. I mean, if you got a first round pick, you can probably do a little better, said. So, said you trying to draft the lineman in the first round or the second round? Because you want an offensive lineman, you can get a guy in the first round. You ain't gotta, you know. Dalton will probably be a second guy, third guy, maybe. You know, there's plenty of guys, man. Plenty of guys, my guy. Hey, Voch, who's the linebacker you seen? I watch linebackers late, bro. I don't care nothing about linebackers. I love edge guys. I love offensive line. I did quarterbacks reviews. You know what I'm saying? I think Brown is more like Dez. You saying Hollywood Brown is like Dez Bryant? Okay. That's a bit much. Brown is stronger, better route runner, and just a flat-out better player. Flat-out better player than D.D. Westbrook? I think a lot of people chalking up D.D.'s, D.D. in Jacksonville right now. I think that's what people, compare. But D.D. in Oklahoma, y'all bugging on D.D. Westbrook. Get out of here. I think you're tripping. Speed kills. John Ross ain't done nothing. and he was a logo away from winning the island. Shit, come on now. It's more than speed. Come on, my guy. Anyway, we'll cross that road again. I think there's a lot of similarities in Hollywood Brown and D.D. Westbrook. I just think a lot of people sleeping on D.D. Westbrook. What's my time? I wanted to give y'all a smooth hour because y'all my people. And I rocks with y'all. 12 more minutes? Cool. Let's keep it running. Let's keep running this for the cardio. 12 more minutes. Get them in. If not, I'll wrap this thing up early and go take care of my business. up on that goddamn FaceTime. All right. Punch a coach in the mouth. Didi is nice. I think Hollywood's a little better. Sure, Hollywood's a little. I mean, sure. Now look, if you say Hollywood's a little better, I'll take that. I'll take that if you think Hollywood Brown's a little better than Didi Westbrook. If you think, cool, he's he does some things better than Didi Westbrook. But y'all ain't finna sit up here and act like Didi is trash. Come on. I love Dalton Risner. He fits what we're trying to do with zone blocking. Well, I mean, it's a lot of zone blockers it's a little better than Dalton. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see who's on the board when the Vikings pick. But hell, you can get Dalton Risner in the second round, famo. So cross that road whenever you get there. What's the highest you take LJ Collier? Like top 100. Somewhere in the fourth, maybe. Yeah, I'll take LJ Collier like somewhere in the fourth. He's a top 100 player. Yeah, not a top 50 guy, but he's a top 100 guy. Voch. Vernon Weaver says, Voch, I'm like you with the love for versatile offensive linemen from Wisconsin and Gerald Willis. But, man, the Wisconsin kids let me down, though, man. Man, the Wisconsin kids, just all of them. The Oklahoma kids really bothered the hell out of me. You know what I mean? So Wisconsin, Michael Dieter, and because I mix up Pierschenbacher and Ben Schwal. Pierschenbacher plays for Alabama. So Bo Bench, no. I got to learn this before April, y'all. I'm getting there. Ben Schwal. Bo plays for Wisconsin. So Michael Dieter and Bo Benchwal, they both let me down pretty goddamn bad, dog. Pretty goddamn bad. They got to the Senior Bowl and people just started putting hands on them, beating the hell out of them. I thought damn Michael Dieter had his damn shoestrings tied together because he kept falling, slipping, and tripping all over the place. That's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I'll have to go back and watch the film, man. But yeah, Bo wasn't terrible. Bo just wasn't as good as I thought it was. He just wasn't as good as I thought he was. Bo wasn't awful, but Dieter, man, that guy was rough. Wisconsin offensive line generally good enough in the league, though. Yeah, I mean they figure it out, and I don't know. Maybe these guys are better at whatever. I don't know, but they really let me down, man. Do you think the TAMU center can play guard, McCoy? That's what I noticed about McCoy. And if y'all watch my film session, he's very proactive. He likes to be first. He likes to lunge and hit people. He likes to hit people and be first. I don't want you doing that in the league, right? Because first of all, if you hit people first in the league, they probably stronger than you when you hit them. You know what I'm saying? Or they're quick enough to grab your jersey and pull your ass down. That's bad business. That's no good. It ain't good for your health. Ice Cube voice. So I need McCoy to get more comfortable kicking, going backwards. But I mean, he's cool. He can play guard, sure. It just depends on where you want him at. My wife asked me, what's my thoughts on West Hills? I don't even know West Hills. We're going to have to talk about that later. I don't even know that, though. It's too early. It's still January. I don't even know who West Hills is. Irv Smith would be a perfect fit in Dallas. Man, Quentin Williams would fit great in Dallas, too, but, Joe Sandberg, why didn't Jerry Tillery go to the Senior Bowl? I heard he just ain't want to go, and that should take him smooth off my board. Smooth off my board. Like, if you hurt and you nursing an injury and you can't go, I mean, I dig that, but I heard Tillery just didn't want to go to the Senior Bowl, and don't love football guy is pretty wild, man. Don't love football guy really is not a good thing, man. Because you can be talented, but once you get to the league, you're going to have to love football enough to train and get better and continue to improve. If you don't love football, you're not going to do that. And if you don't want to put in extra time to be better, then you're not going to be great in the long run. Tillery may be fine. He may be good to go, but if he just flat out said, I ain't going to the Senior Bowl because I don't want to go to the Senior Bowl, that's a bad look, fam. That's a bad look. Awesome chat, Voch. I love when you do these kinds of live streams. Well, the season's over, so that means Cowboy season is over, and since Cowboy season is over, hey man, football time. Football, it's draft time. I think my man Damian, Alabama guy. I'm gonna get these names, I promise. Damian Harris, I think he's hurt. I think him, Gerald Willis is hurt. Couple other guys, like I think they're dealing with like injuries or whatever, but Jerry just flat out ain't even go. Cowboy season always ends after the divisional round. Not true. Sometimes it ends after week 17 or the wild card round. But we ain't talking about that. Get your goof ass. I like Titus Howard. Loads of potential. I like his size and being able to move with that frame. I really do like that. I got some questions about his play strength. We'll see. We'll cross that road whenever we get there. But yeah, Titus Howard from Alabama State. Alabama State. Yeah, Titus Howard good to go. Yeah, Alabama State. Yeah. I'm getting good. Eddie Clemens with the SEAL team. Salute to you, sir. Well, I'm the general, and y'all like the salute, SEAL. salute. What else we got? We got 5 more minutes. Let's run through some of this. Get them all in. 5 more minutes, then we're gonna wrap this thing up. Who's the next Boise State guy going to the Cowboys? Boise State got a quarterback coming out and a running back coming out. I don't think we're getting that one of those guys. What do you think about that Hart guy in the slot? I think Penny Hart can play slot. I don't think he can play for everybody though. He's kind of smaller. Catch rate is going to be an issue. So you would need an accurate quarterback to get the ball to him. But he can play though. He can run past people. He can separate. What you think about T.O. calling for Jason Garrett to be fired? I care about what T.O. got to say as much as I care about what Ja Rule got to say. Same goes for Troy Aikman. Same goes for Nate Newton. Who cares? Better football fit running. Man, I'm tired of hearing about Travion Williams. Tired of looking at his name. Wild Cowboys obsessed, man. Thoughts on the Ole Miss receivers? Metcalf and Brown. Yeah, they can play. They both can play. I wonder why the Ole Miss, offense didn't catch my eye a little more than it did, but Jalen Hurd got hurt before the first day of Senior Bowl practice. Any thoughts on him? Jalen Hurd, man. I ain't got nothing to say about Jalen Hurd. Have you watched any tape on Yandy Kajus? Nah. What you think about Cole Beasley talking out on Twitter? Man. I wasn't going to answer any Cowboy questions, but I'm going to get into this one, JV. What do I think about Cole Beasley talking on Twitter? Cole Beasley basically mad because he wants more targets. Okay, cool. He says, I got less targets towards the back half of the season. Okay, let's talk about this, right? Amari Cooper, he's going to get his. Dak shouldn't be throwing the ball more than 30 times a game anyway, even if he does, but whatever. But Coop going to get his. Zeke's going to get his. Gallup is emerging as a true number 2 guy. Cole Beasley had 70 catches last year. I think that's pretty accurate. I think that's adequate, pardon me. I think that's adequate. That's fair enough. I think that's fair enough. Cole Beasley needs to sit his ass down somewhere, or he need to go elsewhere where they throw the ball 50 times a game. Go to Kansas City or something. T.O. had one of the best seasons with Garrett as an OC in 2007. The guy was a team locker room cancer through and through. Sure. You don't ignore my question, man. Will Gerald Willis drop to the second round? He should. He should drop to the second round. A minute 30 seconds. Let's see what y'all got. I can run through some of these, man. How's the next quarterback class better than this year's? The top three guys, they were taken. I think Dwayne Haskins gets pushed up the board because quarterbacks get pushed up the board, but I don't think Haskins is better than Herbert from or Tonga Valoa. So it's pretty heavy at the top quarterback wise, but and then I think it's more top half players next year than it is next year. You know what I'm saying? Mm, what would you trade for AB and what for? I wouldn't trade for Antonio Brown. Nah. Who's the best obscure state offensive lineman? Titus Howard, Alabama State. I was about to say the kid from Elon, but Alabama State is pretty obscure as well, so we're gonna go there. Uh, Voch, what is with the talking heads loving? What are they loving about Zach Allen? Must be narrative or something because I ain't been really seeing Zach Allen do much of anything. When's the next Cowboys roundtable? What's the day? Friday? Look out like next Tuesday or Wednesday or something. I'm gonna hit the guys up and we'll see what's going on. And that's an hour. Hey man, it's fun. Do you coach? I used to. I used to coach, used to play back in my former life when I was Joan of Arc. This was dope. This was dope. Y'all join my Discord. The link is in the description. Y'all can try to light my draft chat box up, and we can continue that talk up in there. I try to light that thing up a little bit. Like this video too. If you haven't seen my Senior Bowl breakdown videos, go check them out. Appreciate you. Doski Woski, the Peasky Wheeskies implied. Everybody, until next time. We're probably going to do one of these recapping the Senior Bowl. So when they play it tomorrow, I'll be watching it. I'm going to react to it, and we'll have a conversation about that afterwards. All right? Y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski. Peace. I like my beat, man. Let me go back to my new beat, and we're gonna end on that. Let me go back to my new shit. Let me go back.